Hi,
Hi,
Danielle.
very nice to meet you. So,
Go ahead.
Titanic is one of the most culturally influential films of all times. To this day, I can still remember exactly where I was, who I was with,
Right,
and
right,
how I felt as I
right.
watched Jax just slip off that door. I mean,
Oh,
I know. Why do you think this film has just resonated so deeply with so many people across generations?
I think what you just said is part of it, right? I mean, I think it's a little snapshot of where we were in our lives at that moment, because it deals with these universals that we all feel, right? We all feel love or we want to be loved, we want to be seen and understood, right? And maybe people have gone to the movie with somebody that they hoped could be that person and it didn't work out at all, or maybe it did, you know but I think we have a nostalgia. I think it's the thing that you were talking about. Where was I in my life at that time, and what's it like to go back and revisit Titanic? Maybe somebody who saw it in 1997 in a theater went back in 2012. Maybe somebody who saw it in 2012 in a theater for the first time can go back and re-experience that now. Or maybe that person might want to share it with their son or their daughter or their family or their friends or whatever and have that experience now. So there are a lot of reasons to put the film back in theaters. And of course, we're doing it at Valentine's Day because we want people to remember the kind of the epic romantic love story of the film more than think of it, kind of as a disaster movie, which it also is.
Yeah. Now, speaking of love, I mean, I'm a diver and I'm very passionate about ocean conservation, but you've done quite a lot in that space. I mean, you've gone down to the Titanic 12 times. You're the first person to do a
Oh,
solo
more,
dive.
well, yes, I've been to the Titanic 33 times, and I've literally spent more time on the deck of that ship in a submarine, of course, than the Titanic's captain did. I've been
No,
on that ship more than the captain was.
my goodness. I mean, and the ocean shows up so often, kind of
Yeah,
as a central character in a lot of the films you do, like
right, right.
Avatar, The Way of Water, Titanic.
Yeah.
What sparked that passion for you, and why is it so important for you to incorporate it?
The ocean is a central character of my life. Since the time I was 15 or 16 years old when I got certified as a scuba diver. So I've done a number of documentaries in the ocean. I've done a number of films, from The Abyss to Titanic and now The Way of Water. So it's just a recurrent theme for me. It's something very important. I mean, I think Jacques Cousteau had a lot to do with that back in the mid 60s. You know, 15-year-olds are saying, "Who's Jacques Cousteau?" It's like, look it up. Titanic put together a number of things that I love. So history, I love history. People didn't know that about me because I'd mostly done future stories, science fiction films, But I love history, and putting that together with the technology of deep ocean exploration, which was another one of the things that inspired me to want to make Titanic. I wanted to go dive to the actual shipwreck and actually photograph it for a movie, which is kind of a cheeky thing to want to do, but we did it. And that sort of set the tone for being accurate about the movie. Let's be historically accurate to honor the real sinking, the real tragedy, And then, after that, the everything just kind of lined up perfectly. We had a great cast, we had a great score, we had beautiful cinematography, and it all just added up to a movie that now has this kind of timeless, evergreen kind of quality. I think Titanic in the zeitgeist, in the collective consciousness right now exists as this kind of you know, it's outside of time. It's a story that took place in 1912. Whether the movie was made in 97 or whenever it was made kind of doesn't matter anymore. It's a place you can go for 3 hours to experience the joy of new love, feel your heartstrings pulled, have your heart broken, and then maybe put back together a little bit at the end and come out of the theater having felt something. There's so many movies these days you don't feel anything. And so you go to see Titanic, you take your friends along or your loved ones, your family members, you're going to feel something. And don't we just love to go as a group and feel something together? And make fun of each other for crying, but also know that we're confirming our humanity to each other.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I will be in theaters as the second it goes up on screen.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
So nice to meet you.
All
Thank
right.
you.